All right, I'm adding this portion of the video after it's been recorded, and I wanted to quickly say that over the course of this video, there is footage of some gameplay from the game that I've played. There are fight scenes, some aspects of the game mechanics, and this maybe may pose spoilers to some people, but trust me, I don't think it possesses any spoilers, but I think I have to say this so that somebody doesn't get butt hurt. If you click a video like this, you should know that there's going to be gameplay. So whatever you see, if it spoils it for you, deal with it. If you don't want to see any spoiler, I'm sorry. I just have to say, then stop the video right now. But largely, I've taken my time to make sure that the footage that I've used is something of a, I would say, just walking scene, progression scene. So nothing should deter you in any sense if you're trying to avoid spoilers. But hey, disclaimer, you know now. Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So I wanted to quickly give my first impressions of the Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Order. And first of all, I have to say, before this game came out, I already made a video talking about how I think EA had decided to change their process because of past failures on Star Wars. And that's Battlefront 2 in terms of its launch and its release. The biggest issue in 2017 were the loot boxes. And I think that's what spoiled it for a lot of people. Now, that game did have like a short 6-hour campaign, whereas in the case of Jedi Fallen Order, I do not know how long the campaign is, but I have completed the first chapter, I think, so played about maybe 45 minutes. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty just to give myself a fun challenge, and I did say that I was going to check this game out, and so far, I have not seen a single loot box or crate anywhere or any kind of microtransactions, because this is the commitment that EA, well, I'll say Respawn Studios made. Now, I do like Vin Zampella, the guy that is in charge of Respawn Studios, and I do look up to some of the work that he puts out. And so I'm definitely, very happy that I actually decided to check the game out as quickly as I actually am doing. And so in regard to my first impressions, I'm going to talk about just feel, control, looks. Nothing crazy. If we want to dive deep into the mechanics, that's definitely something that we would be I'll be happy to do later on once I get a little bit more of my teeth sunk into this game. So first of all, the movement is pretty weird in a sense, and it's not bad. It's just kind of weird because I'm playing on a PC and I'm using a controller, and the game actually said for the best experience, while you might want to use a mouse and a keyboard, for the best experience you might want to use a controller. And I guess that's because you're going to be using the left and the right button and the left and the right stick for specific actions, and then movement is super fluid. Like, I'm playing on my PC, and so with my Xbox One controller, little moves around kind of almost want to throw me off somehow, but it feels like the game kind of self redirects itself, and so I guess that kind of compensates. But I wouldn't say it's anything as smooth as Tomb. It's kind of like, okay, you have Tomb Raider in terms of your movement, in terms of your collision mechanics, or maybe you're moving or sliding out of control. And Tomb Raider has done it to, like, maybe in terms of how good it is, it's like 95%. Jedi Fallen Order is like 89% in terms of how well those systems work. A game that would probably have done something like that better, I still am yet to play. Usually they have some wonky mechanics with them. Climbing feels like Tomb Raider. I would say Shadow of the Tomb Raider kind of climbing, which you can direct yourself one way and then you jump and overcompensate or something. But I haven't really done some really massive climbing to a large scale, and so it's still good, it's still manageable, it's not broken, it's not out of place. It's something that you as a gamer can ensure that you actually control. Now, in terms of look, this game looks absolutely stunning. There is no doubt that they put in a lot of work, and that's one thing about EA games. They have a lot of good looks when they make it very well. And for a Star Wars game, this game does a very good job. Now, this game surprisingly is developed on the Unreal Engine. I thought they were going to use the Frostbite engine, which is an engine that they've used for a lot of their past titles, and I think that engine works very well for like Battlefield. And I know a lot of people really did complain once they moved FIFA to the Frostbite engine, and then they tried to do Mass Effect Andromeda to that on that engine as well. And I think with all those disasters, they decided to go with a much more polished engine that does a good job in terms of doing third-person style games. I don't think I've played any game with the Unreal Engine that's a first-person. Maybe I haven't, I just don't remember. But Batman games, are done on the Unreal Engine, so they actually do a very good job. And so bringing this game onto that engine to get the fidelity that it needs, to get the looks, definitely a smart idea from the team. Now, as I am playing on PC, I will say you also need Origins in order for you to be able to play the game. So if you have an Origin account, EA Origin account, it will ask you to maybe create one if you don't and sign in, but you still have your game on Steam if that's where the direction you want to go. And the other thing I also wanted to talk about is acting and dialogue. So far, I think the acting and dialogue is actually solid. The actors, the voiceover is well done. So far, there's nothing really cheeky or cheesy. I mean, maybe a little downplaying it so that the Siths or the Force, the dark side people or whatever they are, they can be a little bit more, evil by just downplaying their enthusiasm a little bit. They seem to be really happy to be bad, but I guess that's what just goes with it. And then in terms of plot so far, setup, I would just say definitely they're doing something that has the spirit of a Star Wars protagonist in the making. You feel that this guy is going to be their guy for perhaps some kind of a future or a sequel, and he's going to be the guy that we eventually grow to like and then eventually start playing in a series of games like this, because I think Respawn is going to want to replicate the success that they're going to see with this game. This game, even though many may look at it as an EA game from the eyes of that EA perspective, and I don't blame anybody, and this is not a go buy the game video, by the way, this is just my take on the first impressions. Even though many may see this game from the eyes of, say, it's an EA game, and in the past EA has not been the most forthright company, I just want to say that Vince Zampella is somebody who is very interested in making waves in the industry. This is the guy that actually was at the helm of Call of Duty in its onset. And so he's a guy that does know how to make video games, and he is a guy that does understand the spirit of what gamers actually want. And I hope that he doesn't, lose his, I would say, his say over this, the project, this particular project or future projects that he's going to be doing, in case we're maybe going to see DLC or whatever, which I don't even remember if they confirmed that there was going to be DLC or no DLC. Can't remember, but I hope he continues to keep track of things like this, that we don't go see a microtransaction added after release or whatever. So I'm going to just maybe hold off here for a little bit and take my time playing it in order to be able to get a refund on Steam if they ever dare put microtransactions, because Steam does allow for you to get a refund if you've played under 2 hours. So I'll be keeping an eye out. I'm not going to be the guy that gets played for anything, but it's crazy that you have to be skeptic when playing a video game like this. And so right now, as much as I would say I recommend you playing this game, sure, but I don't recommend you spending money buying the game. So these are my first impressions, as clear as I possibly can give them to you at 3:04 a.m. in the morning. And so if there are any other questions or any other inquisitions you may have about a game like this, leave it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, and I guess I'll see you in my next video. Peace.